So I just got done watching the Joe Budden podcast, at least a segment of when they talked about Jay-Z in the verses, and I'm actually shocked. Joe agrees with me on this shit. Somewhat. Well, a lot. You know, the crew actually agree with me. Um, First of all, let me give a disclaimer. Jay-Z is definitely in my top 10. He's in my top 10 overall. And when I say overall, I mean if you put everything together, overall favorite MCs of all time, Jay-Z's in that top 10. He's definitely in that top 10. I say top 10. I don't number them because honestly, you can't really. If you're a real true fan of hip hop and you like all types of, it's different genres, it's different branches of hip hop. You know, you gotta look at lyricists, you gotta look at the commercialism, the pop appeal. You gotta look at the artist that makes the most money, the artists that have done the most work, female artists, male artists, gay artists, lesbian artists. You gotta look at country, western artists. You gotta look at most, and probably the most important thing, East Coast, West Coast, South, Midwest, worldwide. You gotta look at all these factors before you can really say. That's why whenever someone asks me who my favorite MC is, I hesitate. But right now, I can tell you that my top two favorite MCs of all time is E40 and Redman. That's just, and it's been like that. I've been comfortable with those two being my top MCs of all time. And I've been comfortable with that for the last 5 years. I can't think of nobody who has been more consistent and kept their level of integrity like them. They haven't changed. They haven't switched up on us. They've given us quality music, and they haven't sold out, and they keep it 100. They didn't get a little bit of money, and suddenly they doing some extra shit. They still good in the hood. These are the cats that I fuck with. Now, when I say overall top 10, Jay-Z has done a lot for the culture. Jay-Z has set trends and expectations super that were low. This is a dude that wasn't supposed to have a record deal. People passed on Jay-Z, believe it or not. And I'm not going to take any of that away from him. This dude is definitely respected. The respect is there. My problem with Jay-Z is the fact that he had the audacity to say that. And like Joe said, he said that shit on purpose. One, because he knows he's not going to do a versus. And two, if he did do a versus, it would be too much of an advantage for Jay. Because Jay has a lot of power. That's like if you get into a big bank, take big little bank war with a billionaire, and he can borrow money from motherfuckers and just sweep you out, then he's going to. Let me explain why Jay-Z would win. First of all, he's not doing the verses outside of the East Coast, let alone outside of New York. He's not leaving that area. And anybody that's not from that, anybody that's not Nas or Busta Rhymes is not winning on the East Coast. Sorry. Really Nas. Because Busta Rhymes, his song selection would have to be so on point. And his energy, because here's the thing, when you take away all the yelling that Busta Rhymes does, that is a lyrical motherfucker. Trevor Smith is a lyrical ass nigga. He ain't just yelling. He's saying shit. He just can do it. And he has the most amazing breath control I've ever seen in my life. Jay-Z stopped chopping. He stopped doing the chop flow. So he settled with the flow that we know now. But there was a time where Jay sounded like the Fushnikins. For real shit. But, so I would say outside New York, Nas and Busta Rhymes, if it ain't Nas and Busta Rhymes, it's going to be an L. I don't care who it is. You know what I'm saying? And two, if somebody came to New York, they're going to lose. Snoop Dogg has a fair shot of taking Jay-Z out if he wanted to. But if the verses is in New York, Snoop is out there. It didn't help that he kicked over the buildings in the New York video. It didn't help none. Not to mention you got Hot 97 there. they're gonna be biased as fuck. Jay-Z, this is 3 by the way. Jay-Z got them niggas on the Rock Nation payroll. Ebro is gonna fuck with Hov no matter what. It don't matter what the fuck. The only person that probably won't fuck with Hov is Flex. Funk Flex will be the only one going losing his fucking mind. But Ebro's definitely gonna side with Hov. He's gonna be sucking his dick. Oh, Hov. It could be anybody against Hov. I guarantee. Because here's what's gonna happen: 20 songs each. If the other person gets more than 3 songs against Hov, Hov's gonna call a station. Somebody's getting fired. So this is what I've been trying to tell y'all. Hip hop is not just New York. It started in New York, but let's be real. The real elevation came when it went worldwide. Went to the West Coast. NWA killed that shit. You know what I'm saying? All these artists came out the West Coast. Then it went to the South and just really blossomed. Because the South is so diversified. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta's not like Texas. Texas is not like Louisiana. Louisiana ain't like Tennessee, and so on and so on. The South is so diverse and the South is so unified that, of course, you know what I'm saying, they're going to diversify and shit. It's so much so, you know how many New York niggas actually moved to the South? Motherfuckers is in Miami, Atlanta and shit, chilling. You know what I'm saying? So really, when it comes to Jay-Z, it really depends on who the fuck is counting. Where the fuck they do this shit at. It's not gonna.
Thank you for watching. If you like my content, I would love for you to support my Patreon page. Starting as low as $3 per month, you can contribute to my media. Contributions allow me to upgrade equipment and more time to dedicate to bring you up-to-date videos and merchandise. Click the link below in the description to get started today. And again, thank you so much for supporting me all these years.
It doesn't matter because Jay-Z's going to have the home field advantage. If he goes anywhere else, they have a fair chance. I'm not saying that Jay-Z's going to get washed if he goes to L.A. against Snoop. But Snoop has a better chance in L.A. In L.A., yes, you know, Snoop has a slight advantage, but Jay can still sweep. He can sweep anywhere. He can win anywhere in the world. But in New York, that's just unfair. He's not going to beat anybody else anywhere else. It's just not going to happen. And as much as we would love to see that, it's just not going down like that. This nigga Hov is amazing. He's amazing. In New York. On the East Coast. Everywhere else, nah, not so much. Hov goes to Atlanta, goes against T.I. T.I. might win. T.I. could win. It's about song position. Jay-Z would have to do nothing but party songs and the popular songs and shit that people feel like song cry. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucking Grammy freestyle shit ain't gonna fly in the South. It's not. It's not gonna fly anywhere else. That's New York shit. You know what I'm saying? I want this to happen because I want Hov to fucking be humble. Yeah, you're successful as fuck, bro. That shit, but it's just very arrogant of you to think that you're that dope. And honestly, the hip hop voice in my soul tells me that Jay ain't happy as far as hip hop's concerned. Because yeah, he on paper he looks like he's the best in the world, but you know how many world championship belts there are in sports, in contact sports, in fighting, NFL. With the Super Bowl, you win the Super Bowl, you're the world champs, right? You're the world Super Bowl champs. They didn't play nobody in Mongolia. There's some big motherfuckers. They ain't play nobody in Samoa. You know what I'm saying? They ain't play nobody in Australia. There's some big motherfuckers. Fast motherfuckers. These are people who live in the wilderness. They run hella fast. Africa. If the NFL went all over the world and had teams all over the world and did a real Super Bowl, America versus, like they do how the NBA has the Olympic team. The NFL had an Olympic team, and them motherfuckers went against Samoa or one of these countries where these dudes are big, fast, and just used to on that shit. Man, we get swept. Especially if you give them some proper training, man. all I'm saying is, it's easy. I said it before in my last video. It's easy for you to talk shit from the penthouse when everybody's on the ground level, because nobody can hear you. I mean, he said, and I feel like in my heart, he said that shit because he know he's not gonna do a versus, and ain't nobody gonna try him. Lyrically, there's a lot of people that can take Jay-Z out. Jadakiss lyrically can murder Hov. If Beanie Siegel had his lungs right, he can murder Hov. Remember, Jay basically all but took Beanie Siegel's shit from him. I know people don't like to hear that, but that's just what it is, bro. Listen to Volume 2. Listen to Volume 3. Listen to The Dynasty. Nigga, that's Beanie Siegel, nigga. That's Beanie Siegel blended in with Little Memphis Bleak. You know what I'm saying? And then Jay got on his Kanye swag. And stop saying Kanye, man. Stop it. Kanye is not sweeping Jay, nigga. 20 songs, 20 Kanye songs, and Kanye is on probably most of them. Jay-Z's probably on most of them. He's gonna do Niggas in Paris. He's gonna do what's the one song called? When I Fall Down, or whatever, the one where this got to be true, and it's true to me. Someday I found you never let me down. That's what that song's called. He's gonna do Let Me Down. He's gonna do Otis. They're gonna do fucking what's the one joint called? Swag Like Us. That's a T.I. song, but they're gonna do what's the one joint called? I forgot what that shit's called. I'm so appalled. They're gonna do So Appalled. All them J joints Kanye's gonna have on his playlist. So that's kind of pointless. Stop saying Kanye. Wayne could win if they do it in the South. South's gonna fucking side with Wayne. Wayne's God in the South. T.I.'s God in the South. They're not gonna lose easily. But like I said, with Jay-Z, it's about song position and it's about the venue. Like, let me give you an example. Bone Thugs and Harmony and 3 6 Mafia was the most recent versus battle. They had it in L.A. I have no idea why they had it in L.A. They should have had that shit more towards the middle, Chicago, fucking Atlanta. They could have had it anywhere but L.A. or New York because nobody feels that energy. They need to be somewhere where I think the artists need to help when they are planning this. They need to come up with the venue because to me it doesn't make sense when if you did Jay versus Snoop in New York, that's not fair for Snoop. Snoop's going to lose. That energy when Who Am I, What's My Name comes on is not going to be the same in New York as it is in LA. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. People aren't going to, from the East Coast, aren't going to judge it right. Ebro probably won't even, Ebro's going to give 20-0 to Snoop, to Hov over Snoop. That's just what it is, bro. But yeah, I mean, I would love to see a versus from Hov versus anybody. But it's not going to happen. You know. And I even stand on my stance with Jay versus Beyonce. If they did like a rap versus R&B pop versus, Beyonce's gonna sweep. If they don't do it in New York. If they do it in New York, she's out of there. They do it in Houston, Jay might be out of there. But anyway, we're not gonna get a Jay-Z versus. That's just what it is. I'm sorry. I know that sucks. It sounds horrible, but he said that shit just to stir up the pot, get us talking about him, get us trending, get a couple of scans on Tidal so he can get paid. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he needed a new car or some shit. I don't know. But we're not going to get that versus. I'm almost certain we're not going to get that versus. So, and besides, Tim and Swiss ain't going to be down for the split because, you know, Jay ain't going to want an artist fee. He's going to want a cut of what that whole versus made. So, yeah. Anyway, it's just a fan's perspective. Holler at your boy.